Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi. May Allah, peace and blessing be upon you all. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, thank you very much, both of you. I'll move on to first Dr. Mufti Abdul Salam. As you are from Palestine, okay, so you have better ideas and first-hand experience what's happening over there. I mean, especially if you can, I mean, there's a huge issues going on if we look at from the beginning, but we will try to focus on more on contemporary issues, but obviously we can go back. Can you explain us what happened actually in 14th of July and 6 days of conflict and fighting briefly?
On 14th of July, of course, like as any other day, Muslims come to perform their salah in AlAqsa Mosque because it is a religious issue and it is recommended by Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to come to Mecca to perform your salah, to come to Medina to perform your salah, and to come to Masjid al-Aqsa to perform salah. And the reward of any salah, whether it is obligatory or voluntary salah, it's doubled more than thousands and thousands times. In Mecca, 100,000 times. In Medina, 10,000 times. In Al-Aqsa, 1,000 times. There are many ahadith recommending this, so no need to go in details, but it is very well respectful in Muslim mind, and because Al-Aqsa is the first Qibla for Muslims, and because Al-Aqsa is the second mosque being established on this earth after Kaaba, and because Al-Aqsa is the third place Muslims are recommended to go to visit to perform this salah, so Muslims coming from everywhere, and especially inside Palestine, of course. If it's from outside, they come, they are welcomed, and we like them to come. We are crying for them to come. Please come to Al-Aqsa, because any place vacant in Al-Aqsa, it will be replaced by a Zionist plan or etc. This is endless talks. So Muslims are coming inside.
But so what happened actually?
I was not there as eyewitness, but I just take from the news, because I was here in London, and I was disappointed or what happening, because the religious affairs, it touch the individual's hearts, faith, beliefs, spirit. Nobody at all is recommended to touch any other people's hearts, faith. That international fact, whether you call them secularist, religious, or any religion they are. So Muslims go to pray.
So who
hassle them, causing the trouble, and I don't know, it was provocative functions, so provoke the Muslims, then the fight becomes.
Do you know why they did not allow, I mean the Israeli military
now, the Israeli,
did not allow 6 days, there was no call for prayers, and the Muslims were not allowed.
Israelis,
yes.
Most of them are secularist.
Okay. Now,
please, I make criteria, most of the Israeli state, Zionist state, secularist, but they employ religion to attract more religious affairs in this matter. Now, the politicians, they don't believe in religion, but they believe in employing religion for their agendas. And it seems to the public, the one who more can be the champion and challenging the enemies, then he is the leader. So the politicians are after votes in the election, simple, and from the end, But they don't know the religious matters, how it affects the spiritual feeling. The smart politicians, they know this. So international community, international law recognize the spiritual matters in all religions, regardless there are heaven religions or atheist, whatever it is, doesn't matter. This is another title. But everybody says don't touch the faith of the public. But unfortunately, the present Prime Minister think the more he exaggerate, challenging the grassroots level in his side, the more he will get votes. Which is very political and very
Thank you very much.
We see the results.
Thank you very much. I'll dig a little bit further. Actually, you are more internationally renowned, well-known, and involved. Now, well, we know that from 14th of July, 6 days they did not allow, and we also know that inside of Al-Aqsa there are lots of documents and historical treaties and informations are there, saved in safe locker. So when they did not allow any other Palestinian to enter, and there is a question what they did inside the mosque by blocking and closing door, what do you think?
What I think, of course, in reality, put it this way, if I was a Jew myself, I would have done it. In reality, it is excuses to close. They get any excuses. It's a part of the plan, which the compound of the Al-Aqsa, which is a Masjid Al-Aqsa and the Dome of Rock, to be replaced with the temple, which the place is Temple Mount. This is a long-term plan, and of course they are trying any excuses to close it. For example, they let the people only 50 years old to go in, and only 20 people was 50 years because everybody's in the Palestine are young and over 30. However, they are trying, I believe, in my opinion, they are trying to taste the water to see if we close it. If we close it one day, if something happening, what a reaction of the people of Palestine is, and what the reaction of around the world is. And they find it. Today was the 6 days, a couple of days ago was the 6 days, next time going to be 60 days, and next time going to be 6 years, and after that, this is the plan, unless of course, which I'm very, very keen to do that, unless we accept the world accept the compound of the Al-Aqsa as a treasure for the world. Do you understand what I'm saying? Preserved for the world, which they cannot change it and destroy the Masjid Al-Aqsa or Dome of Rock and put the third or second, I believe, temple there, because they pray. Of course, they pray in the Eastern Wall. They are one Muslim praying in the Masjid Al-Aqsa. Therefore, it is a small warning to the Western side. To the elements. Plain. What we are saying is it is a plan.
Long-term plan. Something they're doing for long term. I want to ask you one more thing. Perhaps you know as well, the Philistine TV channel Al-Aqsa. There was a journalist who, I don't know if you know about it, I have the information. One journalist tried to interview 30 ulamas from Saudis and tried to he actually contacted them to have their views and opinion. And none of the ulamas and sheikhs were actually interested, and they did not give any interviews.
I want to understand the question clear.
Okay, one journalist from Palestine, TV channel Al-Aqsa, he tried to contact 30 sheikhs, ulamas from Saudi.
Yes.
To interview them about their opinion. They refused to participate in the interview. What do you think about that? Why
what I have to say, of course, what I have to say, it is yes, because at the moment I believe the Saudi Arabia and have some kind of relation with Israel.
So do you want to say it's a good relation?
Absolutely, a good relation, but the relation against Iran, which they come because.
Can I ask him at the same time?
No. I would like to listen full point of view. Then listen full point of view.
One question I want to ask you.
10 years work doesn't work.
Okay.
Give him full idea.
No, the question was with the point. We want to see how both of you see. Do you agree with him, as he said, that Saudi Arabia has a good relation with Palestine?
No. Not
Okay.
This way, politics needs, number one, information.
Okay.
If you have documented information, you say it. If you don't, you cannot say it.
Okay, no, I have.
So I don't speak.
There are documented. That's what I'm saying.
I myself don't speak public words. I speak unless I have document, I say it. No document, I don't know.
Okay.
So the one who doesn't know should not open his mouth.
Okay.
That's right.
Number one.
I would
Number
like
two.
to tell.
Number two.
Yeah.
30 ulama. Who interviewed the 30 ulama? Is it you? I'm asking. You direct.
Palestine TV channel. No, no.
I'm asking. You? Give me the one who asked him. I will ask him question and answer as well.
Okay.
I cannot trust this information.
Yes. What
The ulama in Saudi, they are not on one line only, blind, no, no, yes, yes, number one. Number two, if they follow their Grand Mufti, and the Grand Mufti said, we don't talk in politics, for example. Why? The religious person or the religion people is the last one to speak about politics. The one which make the whole street mad, the illiterate religious people coming to speak about politics, and they have no document or no strong certain platform. Okay. All what they say, they listen to the news, and the news are monitored. I don't believe this way. Politics, whether you speak about politics stories, or speak about the news, or speak about history, this is different. When somebody says, this country has certain communication with this or that, he must prove. Otherwise, he's questioned not by the media, he will be questioned by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You are supposed to be judge. The judge cannot give his judgment without evidence.
True.
Sheikh, Allah, please just don't do it. And let's sort it out. Of course, this is BBC. BBC, there are relation between the Israel and the Saudis.
That is, we don't have evidence.
Of course, if the BBC says, I say, where is your evidence or not? BBC doesn't talk. I don't think it talks that much rubbish. BBC, when it said on the documentation of the BBC, you going forward and you say this is. However, if we want to really dig, somebody has to go and research why they didn't do it, because some people talks, perhaps rumors, and some people which they are, for example, a person goes to an interviewer, which we know, for example, if say Al Jazeera says something, and I accept on the Al Jazeera's news, I say
Al Jazeera is monitored. Every single TV is monitored.
Can we allow me to finish, and after that, because he will tell you and tell me. Otherwise, we jump in each other.
Okay.
He will tell you, and yes.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Carry on.
Yes, I forgot my train of my thought.
Okay, let me move on to another point. Let me move on to another point.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, the key purpose for our discussion is today to share some information so the audience can have, because one thing you said right, but at the same time that is the reality of today's world, because either you accept it or I accept it or we deny it, but the media is truth.
Not all the time, no, it's monitored.
No, I'm not saying that, no. Try to understand my way of what I'm saying.
The media is following who pay the money in the pocket, like الشعراء in الجاهلية, and in the Quran, والشعراء يتبعهم الغاوون ألم ترى أنهم يقولون ألم ترى أنهم في كل واد يهيمون وأنهم يقولون ما لا يفعلون. So the poets in the pre-Islamic ignorance, they were the media. And they are only the grassroots level, the people in error who follow them, and this follow this one, and this follow this one, and this is all discussion and debate in
Mufti Abdul Salam,
culture and everything. Yeah.
Try to understand my point. What I'm trying to say, I'm not denying you're right in certain case. I mean, what is the reality of today? If we look at, media doesn't mean nowadays particular newspaper or news agent, or media is also social media.
Media, everybody.
Exactly, and every. So whatever I say or you say, somehow it goes up there, and different people's different views, they share, either they agree or disagree. That's the reality of today's world.
No.
I mean,
the researcher respect himself should be addressed by certain question, make his researches and make references and make evidence, and you ask him, then he answer. But this is just public. Oh, anybody, what they say, this doesn't work with me personally.
Okay. No, I'm not saying in that way. We have only 5 minutes, but I'm trying to close it, make it clearer for the viewer's perspective. Something we have to agree that what you said, yes, that's ethical journalism, you could say, or that's the ethics. Anything you do, it has to be evidence. But then ethics is different perspective. You can, the whole world is...
Myself, I believe in Allah.
Okay, I believe in Allah as well.
I'm committed to the ethics.
Okay.
Because I believe whatever I say, Allah will ask me.
But what is ethical for you might not be ethical for me, or might not be ethical for X, Y, Z.
I don't need to discuss this.
Okay, that's why. That's the reason we are here.
Ask me.
Okay, let's go. Move on. What is your perspective? I mean, based on the situations, what's happening? Do you think that recently what happened? There is a solution we can.
Solution. There are a solution. Of course, I was talking in the one international conference on the eschatology. Eschatology, that means the last hour which they come. What we have, of course, the situation it can be. It's not a no-go situation. The situation is, the reality is, the Jewish people, which are certain, of course, occupied people, they want to make their first temple there. The temple, I heard maybe truth or not, God knows best. Temple is already ready in the factory, just need to implement. Now what is happening, they want to do it in the Talmud, and of course in the Old Testament Talmud has been written down, which they have to have their temple, and when the Jesus come, they have the temple. And what is happening on the Talmud and Old Testament, they say, when the Jesus come, the temple has been done. Therefore, they are, and of course Christian says, I'm into that. That means we are helping you because it is our book. Therefore, the Christian and the Jews, of course, in one way they are helping. They want to pray. They say, we want to pray in this one, and we want to make our tower to sacrifice. There is and without this as sacrification, there is no sin going to be forgiven. If I were a Jew, I do anything as I can to make it. Now I am a Muslim, and this is my shrine. I do anything to save it.
Yeah, of course.
However, there is, and they both praying the same God. I can say the Jewish and the Christian and Muslim, and both the same God. Allah, Elohim, Adonai, Al-Shadi is the same. Therefore, how the gods wants to plan to bring it, and they are very powerful on the money, and we got the people. We got the 1.8 billion. How the God playing, the Almighty God, Allah playing, I pray all be peace. But there is solution.
Thanks very much. It's time for a
recommend.
Can I come back to that in the second half? Because we need to go for a break, yes. Okay? What we will do actually after the break, perhaps we will explore what could be the influence of OIC and other Islamic countries to have a solution. Okay, let's go for a quick break, and then we explore further. Thank you very much. Dr. Ramzi, you were talking about a long-term solution. Now, my question I want to ask, because we understand there is a issue as well, there is a clear indications what will happen at the end hour in Quran and
absolutely.
Yeah, but what we are looking at more on what role can OIC and Islamic world can play in order to have a solution.
Again, solution is peace. If we can get together. If we can get together, Muslims and Jews get together, because they are trying to worship one God, the same God. It is the same God worshiping the same. However, if they come, there is a solution. When there is a want, there is a will, there is a way. How we can do it? Of course, I gave on the international conference, which we have 45 minutes of the project and the research, which I gave there, of course, is very important to see what is happening in the Middle East. Okay. It is between the Shia, between the Sunni, and between the Jews.
True.
That's three.
No, that's a very good point. Yeah.
Now, what is happening? They're killing each other like a no man's business, like a no end. What they can, and they are. The Shias are very, of course, powerful. The Sunnis are very powerful, and of course, the Jewish are very powerful. We can see if they can come to some conclusion together, because what they want to do, with all respect, of course, when we research it, we can see the Israel is not just going to get the Masjid Al-Aqsa, and of course be the Jerusalem be its capital, is going to have the greater Israel, which they have. It is the greater Israel they're going to, which involved 8 countries as Muslim countries. This is a reality, which they want, and he says it is belong to us. God, the Almighty God, Elohim, Elyon gave it to us, and we want it. And of course, what we need to do, there is a solution if they want, and I say is a so beautiful and easy solution if they, that 3 great power, Shia, Sunnis, and the Jewish, come together on the table. They can bring total peace to the Middle East. I talked to the government in this country as well, the MOD, the Minister of Defense. He said, what a beautiful way. What a beautiful way. If they can, only that 3 come and they don't kill each other. They all 3 praying to one God.
Okay, let me ask you,
yes.
As he is saying that if these 3 can come together, but where could be the starting from? You need to have a start point.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
I have meetings with the chief rabbis of Israel.
Okay.
Not one, more than one, and more than once.
Okay.
And I said, religions are not short for the vocabularies of peace. Religions, all religions, are not short in vocabularies of peace. Every religion say, God, worship, peace, love your enemies, love your others, etc. But anybody can guarantee the politicians to implement what we agree. We are here, you are chief rabbi, I am mufti. If we agree something, do you think Sharon will agree, can implement it at Sharon time? And the other one, do you think Netanyahu will agree in Netanyahu time? And the other one, do you think Barak will agree at Barak time? And none of them said, yes, I can't guarantee my leader to be committed to what we agree. So this is, please, this idea is a dreaming idea for those who has good hearts, and they love to see the dream, but politicians, especially in Zionist states, they don't want it. So what we were talking about, they don't want it.
Okay.
If they don't want it, listen, the decision maker is not the religious people. Decision maker are the politicians. The decision makers, again, religions love peace. Religions are happy to do peace. Religious people, no religious person is happy to have ugly face in front of others, rather than to be aggressive or to kill or etc.
Okay.
So please,
thank you very much.
Politicians must realize the religion's effects in the people's hearts, and avoid whatever provoke Muslims. And who thinks that he will get more voters, he will be the loser. Who thinks? Yeah, he will be the loser.
Thank you. Sheikh Ramzi, can you clarify, what do you think is a point, as you were indicating that he is meeting with the chief rabbis? And let me finish. Yes. What I feel, this is actually very interesting information, as he has first-hand experience, that he has a meeting with rabbis, and he and the rabbis could actually come up with something and feasible.
We
But-
can come.
and indeed, actually, but in terms of the rabbis, they say that we cannot guarantee what our political leaders are doing.
I have to say, with all respect, of course, I'm not accepting with the Sheikh, which he says, as I've been several times in the United Nations with the top.
Can I take a call quickly, just to stop you? Priya Darshak, please, can I have your name and question, please, dear audience?
Yes, you can. First of all, I'd like to say Assalamu alaikum to Sheikh and Kawa. And the second point I want to make is I hope you will give me a minute to make it.
Please.
Regarding the situation and regarding Masjid al-Aqsa and the whole conflict and the reasons for it, and you having said that you've been to United Nations many times, mashallah, what the whole Muslim Ummah must do is to concentrate on one thing and one thing only, and that is to give the message to the Western world that on every TV channel, every news channel, you keep saying illegal buildings, occupied area, and yet you close your eyes and do absolutely nothing about it. In other words, you are playing games with us Muslims, and you have been playing this game since day one, since 1948.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing has been done.
You have a point. Yeah. If you
And the
allow me,
Muslim,
Let him finish.
I'm sorry, the
No, please
Muslim
carry on.
Ummah and the media must concentrate on this point and this point only for at least 1 year. And let the Western media know that every single time it comes up on the news, you say illegal settlements, and yet nothing is done about it.
you are absolutely right.
Thank
If
you
you
very
allow me
much.
to
Thank you.
answer,
Okay, carry on.
you're absolutely right, my brother. I see where you're coming from, but what you are, with your respect, of course, my brother, you are part of the Ummah. We have to do all together. There are many things the same. At the moment, I am doing something with the United Nations for the Myanmar, for the genocide in Myanmar. They are the worst deprived people in the world. They are. Worse, 10 times worse than the
Let's
Palestinians.
focus on this
But
situation.
what I am saying, you are absolutely right. However, the Muslim Ummah, as you said, is not united. I just few minutes ago, I said, if we get united, if we get the Shia, Sunnis, the others, all they should say, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, getting together, united, we can win. Otherwise, divided, we are losing. We are trying for the sake of Allah. Many trying right, and many doing it for a different reason. However, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us to keep the Masjid al-Aqsa. That's what I can do as a prayer at least. May Allah guide us and help us. Help us to unite to keep Masjid al-Aqsa.
Thank you. Dear audience,
answer
thank you very much. You made a valid point, and that is the reason I was actually trying to trigger OIC and what could be done from Muslim countries together, especially those countries have power and voice. There is also, I would like to ask you, I don't know if you have seen the documentary This is Palestine, that the producer was John McLaughlin, the Irish Relief Agency supported that
What was it? I may
This
have
is Palestine. This is Palestine.
Before we move from his question, the Muslim must do something. United, whom you are going to unite? The states or the public or the worshipper or who? This is a little bit a ball of snow. Muslim Ummah united, then this is little bit foggy.
Why?
Because who will unite with who? So please, no.
Okay.
We should respect the audience.
Okay, yes.
We should respect the audience, and they should respect that we think right way. The Ummah to be united, this is a very big word, an unlimited word.
Why is it a big word?
No, please.
No, I'm asking you a question.
Yes.
Why is it a big word? Tell me.
So, before we unite the Ummah, if they can come just to visit Al-Aqsa, individuals or whoever, whether they are permitted to go through Israel or permitted to go through the Palestinian Authority, or any way can you go visit Al-Aqsa. We don't want you to fight. We don't want you to shout. We don't want you to throw any stone. Only come, pray and go. Only.
Who will benefit from that?
Huh?
Who will benefit from that?
The Jerusalem people who are closing their shops, and they will sell them presents.
So who will benefit from that?
The individuals. Allah rewards them. You know, the prayers, the 200,000, please, the 200,000 are in front of Al-Aqsa, and you've seen them, and all media cover them. They force Israel to stop all of their plan. They force Netanyahu to stop his plan.
Okay, let's...
No, but they are coming to pray. They didn't shout against anybody. They didn't shout against anybody. They didn't throw any stone. They didn't fight anybody. They didn't make anything. Only, we want to pray. Come to pray. No, just this camera should go away.
Sheikh,
that's what happened. And we've seen it. We've seen it. So, if you want, just let them come to pray. Permission, right way, peaceful way.
Can I make a suggestion to you, please? Yes. The documentary called This is Palestine, a marvelous documentary were made by the journalist going there, conducting primary research, interviewing chief officials from the Foreign Office and Ministry of Israel, and also Palestinians who are living there. The research you are talking about, he did a proper research, according absolutely what should be the geographic area for both Palestine and Israel, and how much Israel has occupied and oppressing with the Palestinians. Everything is there. That's something what international community and the Irish Relief Agency have demonstrated, how Palestinians were oppressed by the Israeli people. When you say also, one thing I should mention, that when you say the Palestinians, the Myanmar people are oppressed, one of the most oppressed country. But if you look at, this is the only country, Palestine, in the world for long time oppression. No other country have ever experienced a long term.
6 years, of course. But if you allow me to say that, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right.
One more call. Let's see.
What is the question?
Yes, one more
call.
Let's come back with one more call.
What is the question?
Assalamu alaikum. Dear audience, make your
hello.
Yes. Hello. Thank you. Make your question, please.
Yes, you can have my question. First of all, I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that your channel is there for us to listen to and to contribute to. Please allow me to contribute positively to your program.
Please. Thank you.
MashaAllah, the Sheikh, you know, and the brother sitting next to you, and you yourself. Thank you know, alhamdulillah, there are people like you who are taking this forward, or who are at least bringing this to the media.
Thank you.
What the Sheikh just said is 100% right. If we can't do anything else, at least we go and try and visit Al-Aqsa.
Okay.
That way we show the Israelis that Al-Aqsa is the heart for us of Muslims. It means something for us.
Thank you.
It is not something that, and the second thing is, brother, we don't realize it is the Palestinians who are spilling their blood and living in hell every single day.
Absolutely.
Their children are living in hell. Exactly. We are not feeling the pain, so at least what we can do, is to contribute, like the Sheikh said, just go and visit and pray at Al-Aqsa and come back.
Thank you very much.
You got my number. If one of you brothers or the Sheikh wants to call me,
okay, thank you very much. Jazakallah for your comments. And
all right, I'll take your telephone number. I'll phone you.
Thank you very much. Jazakallah. I think he made the valid point with you, and he agreed with you.
Individuals, you know.
Yes.
It is not the time to fight.
Okay.
We have war enough.
Okay.
I don't need to mention Afghanistan. I don't need to mention Iraq, Syria, Yemen, there and there. This is crazy wars, civil wars, Libya, not Libya, etc. All our ummah is crazy. And the ones who...
That's not the right way.
This is another topic, another subject. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Now we talk about the heart of individuals. If you have your faith, go and pray and go back home. That's it.
Okay. Thank you. Sheikh, what do you think? What could be a strategic way for a solution? I mean, as we are talking about Ummah, or I mean, especially even when you say
the Ummah al-Muslimin is one of the best in the world. They are, with all respect again, none of them are crazy, and if the craziest is better than the other one, that's all I can say. because they say La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. Anybody say La ilaha and written down here or written Allah here, that's enough for me. But I say he is flower of Allah. However, there are ways which we can talk. There are ways which is instead of the of course many people, many Western country take billions of pounds for the selling the war arms. This is what they do. For example, Saudi got billions of billions, and Israel got billions of billions from America. These has to be sold, and these has to be used. You understand? Therefore, what we can do as a 6 billion people going on around the faith, we are very powerful. And we are in United Nations powerful, we are in all over the world powerful. We can get all together as an interface. There is no problem. We all brothers, and everyone should use it. You believe in the God, doesn't matter what way they're going forward. And is Allah or call it Elohim or whatever, especially the divine religion. We can get together. We can solve our problem civilized.
Okay, can I just add here, even in last year, perhaps UN had a vote, and most of the country, majority, whoever participated, they supported the Palestine and recognized.
Absolutely, we are supporting.
Why not Israel respect that view?
Again, is Israel said what the Israel said. Of course, Israel deny whole the world. Even if the America says pull out, they don't. What they want, they say we have the book, we have the Talmud, we have the Old Testament, which they said this is our land. And again, with all respect, they taste the free land to come. If I taste the sweet of the land free, cost £1 million each square, or it's more than square. Taste it and free of and get it and put my settler in a football. With all respect, I would have done it if I were. You know what I'm saying? It's not, I'm not blaming them. I'm saying what they do, they say this is our land, and eight other countries.
Why not you blame them? Because if
let me tell, we are, of course.
Listen.
Just please let me just finish after that. Otherwise, it's no good to talk. I have to leave.
Please.
Now, what we need to do, of course, I am blaming them. Yes, I am blaming them, and I am blaming them for the killing the Muslims, for the destroying the land, for the taking the land with the cusp, taking the land by force. They are not allowed to pray on the land in the Jewish. They are not to pray in the land which has been taken by force.
Thank you.
Do you understand? This is a very important. I am blaming them, but I am blaming the Muslim bishop divided. Okay. If we were not divided, if we were solid, then nobody could do it. Therefore, this is what we need to do. Blame on all of us.
Okay. And I have 2 minutes. Can you make a conclusion? What could be done by the?
Very simple.
I have only 2 minutes.
Very simple. I believe every professional to do his job perfect. Rasulullah ﷺ said, إِنَّ اللَّهَ يُحِبُّ إِذَا عَمِلَ أَحَدُكُمْ عَمَلًا أَن يُتْقِنَهُ. Allah loves whoever does any job to do it perfect. Okay. If I know in religion, I speak. If I don't know, I should not open my mouth. If I know in politics, I should speak. If I don't know, I should not mislead people. Now Rasulullah ﷺ said, إِنَّ الْعَبْدَ لَيَتَكَلَّمُ بِالْكَلِمَةِ مِنْ رِضَى اللَّهِ تَعَالَى لا يلقي لها بالا يرفعه الله بها درجات في الجنة وإن العبد ليتكلم بالكلمة من سخط الله تعالى لا يلقي لها بالا يهوي بها في النار 40 خريفا. The person can speak one word, he doesn't care, it's okay, he could go into the hellfire down 40 years going down, and could speak good word, will take up in the heaven up so many left there. So if you are a professional, speak. If you don't, please save the time to research and ask your question after research. Now you ask us about the film. What is the question? You told me that there is a documentary. There are many, please. There are unlimited documentaries documented that The Zionists is killing the Palestinians since they occupy 1948 and even before. Up to now, they are killing. And that's why in the politics, the Palestinians achieved 138 voters in the United Nations to recognize Islamic Muslim Palestinian state. So everybody knows, but we need to come. This is some kind of unity. We need to come. If you are a politician, speak in politics. If you are religious, speak in religion. But speak in all.
Thank you very much.
It is not the right
thank
way.
you, but I'm not getting your answer. My question was, what would be your suggestions? For a solution, in order to have a solution for
Leave the Al-Aqsa Mosque for the Muslims.
Okay, but who is going to do that?
And don't stop them going to the masjid. They ask me many times.
Solution. Who is going to do this? How are we going to get it?
Israel must do it, must lead it.
The
Palestinian Authority, Palestinian Authority in history and Muslim Authority in the whole history.
Okay.
When they were, please, when they are authorized, they permit the Muslims, the Christian and the Jews to come in and to permit. In Jordan time, in Turkey time, in all history, when the Muslim was authorized for this holy land, everybody was coming.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
When the Crusades, when the Crusades were there, they didn't permit Muslims. When the Jews are there, they don't want to permit Muslims. They must. Only the authority only for Palestinian authority.
Last minute for you. What do you think? How can the Ummah united or big countries can influence?
We have a United Nations, and the United Nations resolution has been many times since 1948, and many times has been done, has to be implemented. There are not the Jewish rabbi, which are many of them very good people. You believe me, I saw them in the United Nations, which member of the parliament. They are very good, very pious people. They have to understand which they cannot make the settler to go and negate it. Just let's go back, because as more you mud the place, you damage it. What we need to do, we need to sort it out. If you want to really, of course, I'm telling you, every meter, if they can pay £10,000 for every meter of the land which they're taking, I say, okay. £10,000 every land, that means they got the people. £10,000 every meter, that means 100 meters will give £1 million, and that's the way we should do it if they want. If it's not, this is haram, this is wrong to take it, no matter if you're a Christian, no matter if you're Muslim. But again, let's come to talk together. Let's, my brothers and sisters, my brother Jews, my brother Christian, let's get together and sort it out. We can. We are human.
For the matter of buy and sell, please, buy and sell. If you have the commodity, you can sell it, I buy. But they don't have the money, they don't have the land to buy and sell. It is not a commodity to buy and sell. It is not for millions, for billions. The Muslim billion and half, they will not get up at Masjid al-Aqsa.
প্রিয় দর্শক, আমাদের আজকের প্রোগ্রাম থেকে আমরা যেটা দেখতে পেলাম, both scholars are highlighting to work unitedly. They also indicated that Muslim Ummah should have a united voice, and especially those countries have more power. They should be also stepping in. At the same time, the Mufti from Palestine, Abdul Salam, he also suggesting that Muslims should visit Al-Aqsa. That may create more pressure to Israel across the world. If they are visiting, that may press the button and place more pressure on Israeli authority, so that can help them or motivate them not to do oppression or limit those operations they are conducting in Palestine.